Welcome to the Hobby School podcast. Whether you're a seasoned hobbyist or just getting started, Hobby School is the perfect place to learn something new. My name is Dr. Destiny Kopp, and I'm your host of the podcast. But before we jump into our episode for today, the only thing I ask is that if you enjoyed the episode, please share with a friend and give us an honest review on your favorite podcast platform. This helps us get out the content to more people. I also want to invite you to get on our wait list for our next Hobby School Online Learning Summit. These are free to attend, and you can find the link to join at hobbyschool.com, which is also in our podcast show notes. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the episode. And my special guest today is Cindy Briggs. Cindy is a fine artist and international workshop instructor who has spent over 25 years helping artists capture their journeys with expressive, flowing watercolors. And Cindy, I am super excited to chat with you today. But before we get into all the questions I have for you, can you tell the good audience just a little bit more about you and how you help people?
Oh, sure. Thank you, Destiny, for having me. I I want to share that I come from a family of artists. So I grew up creating art, and something that we all love to do is pass that love forward to people and welcome them into the family and our circle of friends. So my goal, my intention is to help people, whatever level of experience you have, wherever you are in this creative journey, that I can help you become more comfortable with the experience and enjoy it. It's a real passion of mine.
And Cindy, you and I spoke a little bit before we started recording here. And I told you, I'm just not that creative person. I looked at everything on your website. I'm like, oh, that stuff is so beautiful, but I just don't know if I could do it. So here's the question I have for someone who's never painted or opened a watercolor sketchbook. Where is the best place to start?
I think that's a great question. A sketchbook is very welcoming because you're not thinking about, oh, I'm going to paint something beautiful to hang in my house or put in a gallery. A sketchbook is just for you. And whatever happens, happens. You pick something simple and give it a try. And I teach this a lot in my programs in how to draw something that may be in your own home or very simple, and you'd be surprised. It's like learning cursive. You just start simple and then you add on and you get that muscle memory and connection with your subject.
I love the example you gave us. And I know I'm going to date myself a little bit here. It's just like learning cursive. Well, I know how to do cursive. So if I know how to do cursive, I could hopefully learn how to do sketches.
Mhm. You can.
I love that example that you gave. When I went to your website, I looked at all of these like beautiful places that you had traveled to over the years and all of the paintings and the watercolor paintings that you had put together for them. I'd love for you to kind of walk us through how does painting on location change the way you experience something or a place or a vacation that you're on compared to just like sightseeing?
Oh, I love that you asked that. Often when we're traveling, we want to see it all and do it all and just kind of go, go, go. And I love that part about traveling, but the memories that stick that really mean something to me are when I sit down and really take in. my environment, the beauty, focus on something that I'm excited about and just sit down, be quiet, and draw it, and then maybe add color if I have time. I can remember every one of those spots. And when I see my sketchbook painting, it all comes back to me.
I love that. So, like, for instance, let's talk about one of the places that you went. I think if I remember like France was one of them. Tell us about that particular, vacation that you went on or the sightseeing that you did there and the location that you painted. Tell us a little bit more about that experience.
Oh, I'd love to take you to Provence. I have taught my first workshop was in Provence 25 years ago, and I'm teaching more there next year. I've been there many times, and I actually lived there for a while. So when I started, I would paint big paintings like, oh, I'm going to frame this and everyone's going to love it. But I noticed on that first trip that my favorite experience was just sitting down and doing a quick sketch and sharing that with one of my students. So, one place, for example, that I absolutely love is at the Abbey Seminique. Probably saying it wrong, but it's in Provence and it's a beautiful abbey with lavender fields, and we would spend the entire day there listening to the monks singing, going into the shop, and then just breathing in the scent of the lavender. Those paintings that I've done there many times are some of my favorite because I felt not only the beauty of the location, but the sense, the sounds, the experience that I would not have if I just stopped, took a picture, bought a book, and moved on.
I love that example. And hearing you kind of describe that makes me want to quit my job, go travel around the world, bring a sketchbook with me, and start experiencing things a little bit differently. So that being said, what tools or supply would you recommend if somebody's thinking, Cindy, oh, that just sounds amazing. What tools or supplies would you recommend for creating some type of travel sketching kit that they could take with them and kind of do what you're describing?
Actually, you can fit everything into a small bag. Think of a gallon Ziploc bag, so not very big. You can get a small watercolor sketchbook, a travel watercolor palette, one or two favorite brushes, and a waterproof fine line pen. If you have a little water for a container, you could buy them. They squish down and then carry it with you when you can. I have a supply list that I get into more detail, but I found that the smaller your setup, the easier it is, the more likely you're going to sit down and sketch and paint. And on those days that you don't even think you wanna carry your palette, just take your sketchbook or even a postcard, and you'll be surprised while you're waiting for your lunch, you can sit down and do a little sketch. It's very doable.
I love that. It sounds so very simple, like anybody out there could do that for sure. Listening to you kinda describe all of this, you sound like you have the perfect job. I'm
No.
so very jealous here. Can you describe to us what a perfect watercolor journaling day looks like for you? Just walk us through what if you had just a day just to focus on that, what would you do?
Well, I love my art tours because they're set up for perfect days. So it's not just about the sketching, it's about the entire experience. So imagine waking up, you have no responsibilities. You have someone who has prepared your breakfast. Then we meet up, around 9:30, and we take a ride to a nearby destination. Let's say we're in France. We already have the locations picked out where you are comfortable in the shade. You know where the restrooms are, so you can really focus on the scene. And we spend about an hour, hour and a half sketching, enjoying that place. And then you take time for a nice lunch and do a little bit of shopping or touring. And then we meet again later in the afternoon and try another sketch. It may be in the village that we were painting in earlier, or it may be back at our lovely accommodations, surrounded by flowers and beauty. And then what's next? Oh, dinner. We have a chef that provides dinner for us. So those are my perfect days.
I love that.
Oh, but the reality is we don't always get to travel on workshops and have everyone take care of us. So when I'm traveling with my husband or my family, I'm keeping an eye out for something I want to paint. And then, I'm like, all right, I need some time. Just give me an hour, or sometimes it's 20 minutes, and I can get something in.
So the key is, so maybe we're going on a vacation or something with our family. The key is to take time for ourselves and kind of go and find the perfect spot that we would really like to sketch and just, kind of take in.
Yeah, taking that time, or, when I've been sitting in a cafe, those can be absolutely great moments because everyone's seated. It's quieter, you can find something nearby, so pick those spots when you're waiting for something where you can actually sit down and sketch.
Yeah. I was just thinking about maybe sitting at the beach on the lawn chair, having my sketch pad there, and just kind of, just taking in the environment. I love that. So, Cindy, before we wrap it up here, any last minute tips or suggestions for the audience?
I think it's important in life to enjoy the journey, to slow down and take in those meaningful experience. Maybe you're not an artist, you could be. Maybe you just want to write about the moment and make it part of your journey. So wherever you go becomes a part of you somehow. And I'm just sharing one way to enrich your life, but letting your point of view become not only a treasure for yourself, but also for those that follow you. My journals are treasures. And I love sharing them not only with my students and any audience, but also with my family. They can see what was important to me and what caught my eye and touched my heart.
And Cindy, I think that's such great advice. I think all of us, we're just like, go, go, go. We're not slowing down just to really enjoy life and all of the pleasures, quite frankly, that it gives all of us. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. Before we leave, can you let people know where they can find you? And I believe you have a free gift too for them on your website.
Absolutely. Please come to my website at cindybriggs.com. If you subscribe to my newsletter where you find out about my workshops, my tours in Europe, and you get free tips, my supply list. The gift that you get when you sign up is a free lesson video that you can watch and follow along and just see what it's like when you paint with me.
And Cindy, I will make sure that all of those links are in the show notes for your Instagram account, your YouTube channel, and everything so people can find you. And thank you so much for joining us today and sharing all of your wonderful knowledge with us.
Oh, thank you, Destiny. I'm excited to be here. And thank you for creating a platform to reach out to people and encourage creativity.
Thank you so much for listening today. Don't forget to sign up for the waitlist so you'll be the first to know when our next free Hobby School online learning summit launches. The link is in the show notes for this episode, or you can go to hobbyschool.com and that Hobby School with school without an H in it. Talk soon.